Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Stories. I'm Laura.
And I'm Carl. Today, we're talking about one of our favorite ways to learn English through stories.
Yes, stories are powerful. They help you understand English naturally, the same way kids learn their first language.
Exactly. When we listen to a story, we aren't just memorizing words or grammar rules. We're connecting the language to feelings, images, and experiences.
That's right. For example, think about the word hope. You can read a definition in a book, but when you hear it in a story, when someone says she waited every day with hope in her heart, you really feel what it means.
That's what makes stories so special for learning. You don't just learn words, you feel them.
I love that. And it's also fun. Sometimes studying grammar or vocabulary lists can feel boring or stressful, but stories keep you curious. You want to know what happens next.
Yes, and your brain actually remembers better when you're interested. When you enjoy what you're listening to, your memory works like a camera. It takes mental pictures of new words and phrases.
I like that image. Your brain as a camera. And here's another great thing, stories show you real English. You hear how people really speak, not just textbook examples.
Exactly. In stories, you'll hear things like, hey, what's up? Or, no way? Or, you've got this. Expressions that native speakers use every day.
And because you hear those phrases again and again in different stories, they become part of your natural English.
It's also a great way to improve pronunciation and listening skills. When you listen to stories, you can shadow. That means repeat what you hear and copy the rhythm and sound of English.
Yes, and we always tell our listeners, don't worry if you don't understand every word. The goal is to understand the idea, the emotion, and little by little, your vocabulary grows.
That's how real learning happens. You don't translate everything, you understand through context.
That's why we create so many different kinds of stories for you. Some are short moral stories, like The Paper Bird or The Box of Letters. Others are emotional stories, like Lily's story or The Day I Stopped Being Afraid of English.
I love those stories. They aren't just for learning English, they also make you think about life, courage, and change.
Yes, and many of our stories are told in simple English so that everyone can follow along, even if you're a beginner. We use clear grammar, short sentences, and repetition, all things that help you learn faster.
Another thing that makes stories great is that you can listen anywhere. When you're walking, cooking, driving, or even relaxing before bed, you can just press play and learn without stress.
That's true. And honestly, it's one of the most natural ways to improve. When we were kids, we learned through stories, songs, and conversations, not through grammar charts.
So if you've ever said, I understand English but I can't speak, or I study but I forget everything, try learning through stories. It changes everything.
And it's not just listening. You can also use stories to practice speaking. After you listen to one of our stories, try retelling it in your own words. Say it to yourself, to a friend, or even record your voice.
That's a great tip. When you tell a story, you practice connecting ideas, and that's how you become fluent.
So, today we'll talk about why stories are so powerful, how to use them effectively, and we'll share some of our favorite stories to help you start learning English in a fun, emotional, and natural way.
Perfect. Let's dive deeper into how stories help your brain learn English faster and how you can use them every day.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So let's talk about why stories actually work. There's a lot of science behind it, not just emotion.
Right. When you listen to a story, your brain activates in a special way. It doesn't just hear the words, it feels the actions, the emotions, and even the pictures.
Exactly. Scientists call this neural coupling. It means your brain connects to the story as if it's happening to you. So when you hear, she opened the door and saw the rain, your brain imagines that door and that rain.
That's why you remember stories much better than vocabulary lists. Your brain isn't memorizing random words, it's building meaning through images and emotion.
And emotion is the secret ingredient. When you feel something, happiness, sadness, curiosity, you remember the language that comes with that emotion.
That's true. For example, if you listen to a story about someone who finally achieves their dream, you'll remember the words never give up or believe in yourself because you feel proud and inspired with them.
And if a story makes you laugh, you remember the funny phrases too. So every emotion becomes a learning moment.
Exactly. And the best part, you don't even realize how much English you're learning because you're focused on the story itself.
It's like your brain says, oh, this is interesting, and quietly starts collecting new words, expressions, and grammar patterns without stress.
That's why we recommend listening to stories again and again. Repetition helps your brain store the words deeply, like saving them in long term memory.
Yes, the first time you listen, you just understand the general idea. The second time, you notice more details. And the third or fourth time, you start recognizing grammar and pronunciation naturally.
You can also pause and repeat parts that you like. If there's a phrase that sounds beautiful, copy it, say it out loud. That's how you train your pronunciation and rhythm.
Let's share a few simple tips for using stories to learn English every day.
Tip number one, listen every day, even for just 10 minutes. Consistency is more important than perfection.
Yes, 10 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week. Your brain likes small, frequent practice.
Tip number two, choose stories you enjoy. If a story makes you feel something, you'll remember it better. Don't worry about being perfect, focus on understanding the emotion.
Tip number 3, use the transcript. Many of our stories come with text. You can read while you listen, then later try without reading. That helps you connect sound and spelling.
Tip number four, retell the story in your own words. This is so powerful. You can summarize a story or pretend you're one of the characters. For example, I was walking down the street when I found the box of letters.
That's a great example. When you tell a character, you practice using new vocabulary in context. And that's what fluency is, using words naturally in real situations.
Tip number five, connect stories to your own life. After you finish a story, ask yourself, have I ever felt the same way? Do I know someone like that? Would I make the same decision?
Yes, and when you connect the story to your personal experience, you make the English yours.
I also like to remind students you don't have to understand every word. Even native speakers don't know every word in every book or movie. Just keep going. The meaning will become clear over time.
And if you hear a new word that you like, write it down with the sentence. For example, if you hear, she whispered softly, write the whole phrase, not just whisper. That way you learn the natural combination of words.
That's called collocation, by the way, when words go together naturally, and stories are full of them.
Exactly. So to sum up, stories activate your brain, connect emotions with language, and give you natural patterns of speech. It's one of the fastest and most enjoyable ways to learn English.
In the next part, we're going to talk about the kinds of stories you can use, like short stories, emotional stories, and motivational stories, and how each one helps you in a different way.
Plus, we'll share some of our own stories from our channel that you can start listening to today.
Perfect. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more tips on how to learn English with stories. So now, let's talk about the types of stories that can help you learn English faster.
Right, because not all stories are the same. Each type helps you practice different skills, vocabulary, pronunciation, and even emotional connection.
Let's start with motivational stories. These are stories that inspire you. They make you believe you can do it.
Yes, like our story, The Day I Stopped Being Afraid of English. That one's about someone who finally changes their mindset and starts speaking with confidence.
That story helps you learn not just words, but attitude. It teaches you to feel brave when you speak. And the vocabulary is useful for everyday life. Words like fear, courage, change, and confidence.
Another great one is Every Expert Was Once a Beginner. That story reminds learners that no one starts perfect. Everyone learns step by step.
Exactly. And those kinds of stories are perfect when you feel frustrated. You can listen, relax, and remember, progress takes time.
Then we have emotional stories. These stories help you connect with the feelings behind the language.
Like Lily's story or Daniel's story. They're written in simple English, but they have strong emotions: love, regret, healing, hope.
When you listen to emotional stories, your brain remembers phrases more deeply because they touch your heart. You might remember a line like, "She smiled even though her heart was breaking."
Yes, and that's the kind of phrase you never forget because it's connected to emotion.
And then there are moral stories. These are short stories that teach a lesson, like The Paper Bird or Good Luck or Bad Luck.
I love those. They're great for beginners because the language is simple and repetitive, but they also have a message, something to think about.
Right. They teach values like patience, kindness, or gratitude, and at the same time, you learn real English sentences.
So you're learning the language and the life lesson. That's a win-win.
Exactly. And if you want to take it further, you can use these stories to practice speaking too.
Yes. One of my favorite activities is to listen to a story and then retell it in your own words. You can say, "Today I listened to a story called The Paper Bird. It's about a boy who," and just continue from memory.
That's a great way to test comprehension and build fluency at the same time.
And don't forget, we also have stories with two voices, like Laura and Carl conversations, which help you learn natural English dialogue.
Those are perfect for shadowing, repeating after us to practice pronunciation and rhythm.
But goal is not to sound perfect, but goal is to sound natural. When you listen and repeat stories, your mouth and brain start to move together.
It's like music. Your pronunciation becomes smoother and more confident.
So, let's review what we've learned today with a quick quiz. Are you ready, Carl?
Always, let's do it.
Question 1. Why are stories such an effective way to learn English?
Because stories connect language with emotions, images, and real situations, not just grammar.
Exactly. Question 2. What does the phrase "debí tirar más fotos" mean in English?
I should have taken more photos. That's an example of the structure should have plus past participle.
Perfect. Question 3. What is one benefit of listening to motivational stories?
They help you stay positive and believe in yourself while you learn.
Correct. Question 4. What's a good way to practice speaking after listening to a story?
Retell the story in your own words. You can record yourself or share it with a friend.
Excellent. And finally, question 5. What should you do if you don't understand every word in a story?
Don't panic. Focus on the main idea. Keep listening, and over time, you'll understand more and more.
Great job, everyone! If you got most of these right, you're doing amazing.
And even if you didn't, remember, listening to stories again and again will help you improve naturally.
Exactly. Learning English isn't about memorizing, it's about living the language.
So, our challenge for you today is this: pick one of our stories and listen to it at least 3 times this week. The first time, just enjoy it. The second time, write down your favorite sentences. The third time, try to say it out loud in your own words.
I love that. And if you want to start right now, you can listen to The Paper Bird, Lily's Story, or The Day I Stopped Being Afraid of English. They're all available on our channel.
Each story will help you grow, not just in English, but in confidence.
And remember, every story you hear adds a new piece to your English journey.
That's right. So don't give up. Keep listening and keep imagining. Because the more stories you listen to, the more English becomes part of your life.
And maybe one day you'll tell your own story in English.
What a perfect ending. Thank you for joining us today.
If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe and share it with a friend who's learning English too.
We'll be back soon with another episode of Learn English with Stories.
See you next time.